Why remain in China? Given what has shifted there, aren't you just sort of fighting for scraps at this point? What's the opportunity?
Well, we have two joint ventures there. One is SGM Wuling and the other is SGM. Wuling is profitable and has done well and is growing share, so it's a good business opportunity for us. And then at SGM, we are actually growing share. I mean, one of the issues we had is what you're seeing in many places around the world of overproduction. We had to get our inventories back in line. We launched the GL8 family of Buick GL8 family of vehicles, and for us, that's kind of the full-size truck of China for Buick, and that from an importance from a product line perspective, and we're now growing share. So I think there's a place for us to play. I think. But again, we acknowledge that the industry has shifted with so many new domestic OEMs. Right now there's sorting that's going to happen there. You can't have 100 OEMs with only less than a handful profitable. That things will sort. There'll come a point in time where they actually do need to be profitable, and so we think there's substantial growth in that industry. That we can participate in a different way, but in a profitable way, and that's why the restructuring was necessary.
So give us a little hint of what that could look like, what the strategy is. Is it just a smaller company, fewer employees? Is it different types of cars, different segments of the market? Where can you play profitably in China?
Well, I would say, with the plan that we put in place as we execute the restructuring, we think we can be profitable with a Cadillac portfolio and a Buick portfolio, and then select one of the other things we've announced is our premium import channel business, where some vehicles that would be very important in the country that we think customers would want to buy at a slower or at a lower rate, but they would be exported to China. So we're looking at still having, I think, a meaningful presence, but in a very different way than where we were with internal combustion engine vehicles, where we were number 2 and had very significant share. When you have that many competitors come into the business and the rapid shift from an EV perspective, it changes things.
Yeah. So tell me how you think China today is setting the bar for the global auto industry. How are Chinese automakers changing the game globally?
Well, I think in some areas very substantially, but I think it's no secret how heavily subsidized that industry is, and with the overcapacity they have in country, why they're exporting. And I don't think that's sustainable. I think you're starting to see the ramifications of that in Europe. We're seeing signs of that. You're seeing signs of what different countries in Mexico and South America are doing as they see the impact. But my goal all along is give us a level playing field and then let us compete. But we have to have a level playing field. And so I think over time, we have business in China. I've been to China. I've driven the vehicles. I think that there's nothing that is, I'll say, technically where they have superiority over what we're doing.
Okay.
I think we understand it. We've benchmarked. We know. So I think they have a different. Many of them are heavily partnered with the tech companies in China that are for China. From how they do technology, you can go from brand to brand and see virtually a similar system. So I think over time, having strong brands, having strong quality, having the reliability and quality, and also the relationship people have with you, those things do matter in such an important purchase. But also on the flip side, that's one of the reasons we're so committed to continue to make our business more efficient, because we can't count on government actions to save our business. We have to make sure we're as lean and as efficient as possible while delivering vehicles that people are willing to buy. And I think I'm very proud of the team this year because of the strength of our vehicles and the technology, the design, the reputation. We have the highest customer loyalty. We have very high initial quality. I think those are reasons why people say, yeah, I'm going to pay a little more for a General Motors vehicle because of the value I'm getting. And but again, we have to be 100% focused on making our business as efficient as possible.
Mm-hmm.